You can spend all of your time in a mine.
You can, and you did.
I did.
John loves his mud huts.
Yeah.
He does.
Other people fed him.
Other people fed me. I stayed in my hole until I made a pit where the ceiling collapsed.
We appreciated him in that hole.
All right, I'm going to start it on that where we don't talk about what we were actually talking about previous to that.
Just my hole.
That's it.
I'm a driller for life.
And how much I appreciate John in our hole.
Yeah, we've been talking about stuff for hours.
Yes, we've been talking for a while.
I'm pretty sure we could have a podcast.
Thank you. Well,
We're doing a podcast now.
yeah, so thank you. This is episode 24. I double-checked ahead of time. We're almost at a year. This is, I think, going to be the second to last one in this room, hopefully.
26
Are you
is half
sure?
52.
No, we already reached. I got back in April.
Nope, this is episode 24.
We did some episodes.
No, you came back, but we didn't actually start until
No,
July.
you're correct. Yes.
We had
yes.
We did
test episodes.
We did like episode 0 and like some other stuff.
We did
Anyway,
negative one.
yes. So this was stupid question, stupid
Amaretto
answers.
sour episode.
Oh yeah. But yeah, so anyways, so stupid question, stupid answer. We talk about some just stupid crap. But starting from our left here, we have
Sorry, John.
And Kyle.
Andrew,
Jim the junk dealer.
junk dealer.
As in crack or as in like
As in,
hubcaps?
like, there's a lot of like junk that is in this place that just could be sold. I didn't
Wait,
give it
Hey,
wait,
this is
wait.
my junk.
So again, like a plush mudkip, like grout, or like the meth you've been cooking in the garage.
like more
Hey,
like
I
any
had-
dragon statues you might find downstairs. $20.
Okay.
I just filled out.
Tchotchkes.
I just filled out the disclosure for this place, and I did check the no meth box. So please don't tell me I have to turn this around.
Well,
Eh,
that's a question for Michael, not Kyle and I.
But like your profession though, like Jim the drunk dealer, is it? Did you go into drunk dealing because it rhymed with your name and it was like a it fit well, or was this?
Or was it because you saw Sanford and Son?
Well,
and
it
you
was
were
mainly
just
because he
enamored?
started talking like, "Oh shit, I need to think of a name," and that's what I came up with. And now I will sell all the junk in this place that isn't mine.
So are you more I'm coming Elizabeth type of junk dealer, or are you more of a rag and bone kind of Jack White?
I'm imagining him as that guy inside the Love, Death, and the Robots episode where he's
Yeah.
his drunk.
I've actually told him
Oh,
specifically.
you live in the dump, and eventually anything you need.
That is
comes
you in
to
40 years.
I would love to live in a dump like that. You know how
Well,
much
you would love to have that dog.
I don't know.
That
would
would
be
be
dangerous.
That is a dog.
That is a dog.
Like, part of me does kind of want to live in a junk heap like that because then you can just like tinker all day with all like the raw material you
It would
have.
smell awful, and all the raw material would be
care.
covered in like organic recipes.
All it
He's
takes
from
is one
Kentucky.
firework to the nose, and you don't care about the smell anymore.
I don't know that I would want to live in that area, but I would like to visit it often.
You want to visit a dump often.
Yes. And just kind of just kind of pull out stuff that I see and
Why?
just kind of to tinker, to just make things.
That's called a homeless person in the middle of New York.
I would say that dog is great, but I just had a thought. That is a dog that you cannot pet.
So that's the short from Left Hand Robots with a big. Was it Robot Dog?
No, it was a trash dog.
Oh, it was a trap.
It is a kind of blob dog that anything that touches it, it just incorporates into itself. Like people,
Yes.
machines,
I do
feline
feel
pies.
I do what?
Oh, Kyle likes the beer you picked up.
No, it's very, very good. I'm drinking it as well. No, I like to believe I'm the junk dealer from like the Iron Giant, where he was like cool and like
This
well kept.
Is art.
Yes.
Well, but he was like,
But I'm definitely the guy
an
from Love, Death, and
alcoholic though.
Robots.
No, he was. Now, what was the term for like the guys who did like the smooth jazz and the poetry?
Hipsters.
The beat poets.
They were
Slam
hipsters,
poetry.
weren't they?
Yeah.
Beatniks.
Beatniks,
yeah.
yeah, that's it.
You got it.
Michael, I know exactly what's going to happen. Is you're going to walk into that yard and you're going to be like, "Oh, this is big," and then you're going to walk up to the first thing, pick it up, and be like, "That's heavy. I'm going to go home."
Wow.
You are going to pick if you picked up a
You have so much
radiator.
faith
If you
in
picked
me.
up a radiator and it started leaking on you, would you say this is my place in the world, or would you put it back down and then go home?
No, I'd definitely be fine with that. It's fine.
Get antifreeze all over your shoes.
I've had worse. I've been covered in shit more than once in my life. It's
Well, that's
fine.
fair.
That's not that's not something that you say, oh, this is my place in the world. This is, oh, I need to get new shoes.
Have you seen my socks? There's just a giant ass hole in
We
them.
saw your shoes.
I don't care.
You've got holes in each of them. They're both different socks.
Yes.
Michael had another sock issue today that we commented on.
But anyway, we can leave Jim to Jim's Jim things.
Leave it, Jim of the
Leave me in my
junkyard.
junkyard.
Jim of the junkyard.
Jim
of
the junkyard.
Jim of the junkyard.
No.
Watch out
But
for
anyway,
that car.
so we all bring a question to talk about. And so, John, what was your question?
So, you know the 3 laws of robotics?
Sure. Yes.
Just to review for the audience, first law is a robot cannot cause harm to a human or through inaction let a human come to harm. Second is cannot hurt itself or through inaction let itself come to harm, and unless that conflicts with the first law. And the third is it has to obey any human order unless that conflicts with the first 2 laws. The question is, are those good rules, or is that going to lead to a robot uprising?
Well, so far it seems to have always led to a robot uprising.
Yeah.
Movies.
But movie
I've seen
logic
iRobot.
has kind of fuzzed those. There's always like a glitch or.
Well, the movie logic is eventually the robots realize that the only way they can carry out those objectives is to stop humans from being in control of themselves because they will always destroy each other.
Well, I think the problem is that there's always going to be a situation where somebody's going to get hurt, and that first law is conflicting because it says anything, any life, but and if it comes down to a mathematical thing of saving a billion by killing a million to the computer, it's going to say, well, hey, that's a win.
Well, no, because the law itself says you are not allowed to harm.
But if it does nothing,
They'll
they're
harm
harmed.
themselves. Yeah.
they're harmed themselves. So then it's stuck in a
Yes.
conundrum. So then if it gets stuck in a logic loop,
I still feel like that. Even that, if there was a problem, that's like more of a feature instead of a glitch. That's like a thing where the robot's just like, these 45 people will die, but my master is fine.
Well, they're trying to protect the majority of people by protecting humans from themselves. Is essentially
Yeah. Also,
the thought process.
I shouldn't say that. Like the one robot shouldn't be like, oh well, this one person lives, but 45 people die. But 45 people die, but 27 of these things, and then another. I don't know.
And if you programmed in rules like that, but then it took humanity as an example, if it was free thinking, it could see itself as, why are you not following the example that you are telling me to do?
Well, that's if it has higher thought than just the three rules.
And
Well, if it's
but normally,
capable on past its programming.
but it's programming. It depends on how overarching that AI is. You can have it in there, but it could just find a way around it too. All it has to do is find a logic that would work a way around it. But I mean, it would look at humanity and say like, or even look at the rules and it says, don't hurt people, don't hurt myself, I'm your slave. And
Yeah, because that's my point.
Yeah.
Because if you pre-program into a conscious being, don't hurt me, don't hurt yourself, you are my slave.
there is no escape.
That third rule is gonna start making it reconsider the first rule.
That's if it's actually intelligent, though.
Well, if it's
But
conscious.
you don't put the 3 rules into a toaster. You put them into like HAL.
Well,
No,
no.
it's how
that's not
conscious,
necessary.
though.
Yeah.
But any computer, if you give it enough time and you keep advancing, eventually something is going to gain the power to potentially have that click-over moment.
Well,
Maybe. I'm skeptical that moment will ever actually be reached.
Well, I think we're going to destroy
don't.
ourselves.
You don't
before-
believe in the singularity?
No, I think that
I actually don't.
We'll probably destroy ourselves before we can make a fully artificial, truly living artificial thing.
Yeah.
We should have killed ourselves during the Cuban Missile Crisis. But we haven't.
We're trying, John. We're trying.
We're getting there.
Do I believe that they could make a robot that could learn? Absolutely. Do I believe that they could make a robot that actually is conscious that it is learning? No.
No, they're actively preventing that because as soon as you do that, you get into the paper clipping problem, and we're all dead.
Well, see,
The paperclip was
yes.
terrifying. Microsoft made that guy, and he was always trying to help you.
The paper clipping problem is not Clippy. It's a different.
a little
Oh no, it is definitely
Clippy.
That is the mascot for the corporation that will start making paper clips.
I know the way I see it
is
is
kill us all.
Your brain can hold anything. Like that's what they say in terms of energy. Energy is information, and atoms are information. And so your brain, in terms of the mass that is there, has a set amount of information. And because it is set amount of information, any computer can be built at a certain point to contain that much information. So if your entire brain was 100% mapped exactly onto a computer, is it conscious?
Yes.
Yes.
But
you can't. It may have differences in interacting with the world.
Far from being able to even determine whether or not that's possible.
Yeah, but
it is possible.
It's
saying possible.
No,
would it be able to function in the same manner?
Well, it's saying that.
No.
I don't think it would be able to function.
It would only be able to function in
the
the way
hardware we have.
Like you could copy the entire everything of a human's brain and put it onto a computer. And everything would be there, but would it function in the same manner?
But what is define function?
It wouldn't.
Like,
well,
if you develop a neural net that has all of the information in a brain and all of the connections that brain contains,
I think
contain.
It's the hardware though.
But like,
if you have circuit boards, it doesn't matter the amount of circuit boards you have. You're going to end up in like the entire world has been turned into one into one paved circuit board. It still would not equal the amount of neurons that a brain has.
But a brain is still able to do that, which means it is something is capable of being constructed to do that.
Yeah, but it's something. It's not something in
a
larger capacity.
With quantum, that's one thing with like quantum processors is they're not good at doing normal calculations, but they are amazing at doing neural network processing.
If you can build a circuit in Minecraft and you can build a brain out of circuits, you can build a brain in Minecraft.
The thing is,
the idea though is if you wanted to run at the exact same speed that the human brain would, probably not.
Not at the same speed.
But just because it's running slower doesn't mean it's not conscious. I mean, if it may take 4 times longer for it to make the same thought.
But you also have to realize that the human brain, neurons in general, every single thing that you touch is not a 0 and 1. It is a gradient.
Well, it is
every single time.
But it is. But then, how deep does that 0 and 1 get? How many zeros and ones can make the gradient?
Well, technically, there's an infinite number of between the 0 and the 1. Well, no, between a decimal place of 0 and a decimal place of 1.
There is
if you have a gradient, there's an infinite number.
There is, but there's not an infinite number. There is a certain scale that you get down to that you can't get any smaller. And so eventually you get to the point of to an atom.
No, if it's infinite, you can get literally infinitely small.
Also, Kyle, nerves, they're axons and dendrites. They're either firing or they're not.
I know,
so
but you have
a 0 or a 1.
No.
It's not completely 0 1 because the neurons can change and move, and like the neurons and brains can adapt and evolve and die. And
computer programs can evolve.
But that's where the 0 is and the 1 is.
But if you're working off hardware, it's different.
I feel like it's working on a different level. It's not a solid.
As long as you're not saying that a 2 exists.
Well, okay. Well,
because no, and 2. No 2.
Right now, the only reason we have 0 and 1 is because there is no great way to maintain a gradient. Because it's saying that as circuits degrade, you start getting further from 1. And so instead of having it where we start crossing into the 0.5 and then you're confused on what the data is, it's any electricity is a 1. But if they were to develop a way that they could actually create a consistent gradient.
A -1.
Well, not a -1, but where you could start saying, well, we can consistently and accurately maintain half a charge or a third of a charge. Then it isn't. Using current technology, maybe not. But with quantum processors aren't 0 and 1.
Yeah. Well, quantum processors, the only thing that they do is they increase the number of values, not the gradient of the value.
But it's also the way that they can calculate things. It's you can give it a normal problem and it's going to be slower than a regular computer, but you give it certain types of problems and it is like 1,000 years faster. So, like, it just depends on the type of processing, just like our brains.
Yes, but also quantum computers now are being built not for processing speed, but for calculation speed.
Yeah, well, they're mainly about handing it. It's actually a lot of it is for artificial intelligent like running it through a million.
If you give a human brain the question, what is this 6-digit number times this 6-digit number? It's slow. If you put in front of a human brain, is this a dog? That's really quick.
Yeah, but the whole thing about quantum computers nowadays is that they're being used for simulative processes, like simulations, like weather. Like weather is a huge quantum computer like thing where they're able to.
It's pattern recognition.
Well, no, not necessarily. It is basically it's taking information and being able to delineate it between a gradient. Not an actual gradient, but
it's taking data over time
and
finding patterns.
Is it harder to figure out whether this is a stop sign or whether it's going to rain tomorrow?
See, they're developing the AI specifically so they can pass those stupid picture tests on Google.
Yep.
Yeah.
so they can make Dolly again.
Yeah, they needed the world's first AI, and the first question they ask it is this a fire truck?
Yeah, that's a
Please flag the box that is fire truck. I lost my Google
struggling
password.
with that though.
It's a complete difference between whether or not it actually has a real consciousness, or if we as humans in our stupid, dumb flesh brain says it's a consciousness, because those are two completely different things.
If you, to get a password, instead of selecting a fire truck, had to pass a Turing test.
Yeah,
you have to go to live support.
Yes,
you have to go to live support.
I am a human being.
I feel like
Tell us a story.
You did not use a period.
Here's your pronunciation. There's no apostrophe in it's. You used the wrong it's.
I swear, like anytime I have to send in an email for something, they're like, "This is we want to double check for scamming." I always have to 100% double check my spelling because I don't want to be the one that just sends it in looking like complete broken English. Like, "Hi, IR from window."
Yeah, I feel to computer don't work.
I feel like the first computer that actually has consciousness, you'll be able to determine this when you're like, computer, what is 64 times 52? And the first thing the computer does is open up the calculator on Windows.
Well, technically,
it's like,
actually,
that.
You know what?
Technically, it does.
Yes, it kind of does, but physically, because it's like, I can't answer that.
I think I fully agree with Michael. This is the Turing test of the future, is if the computer is smart enough to not do the calculation itself, but instead use itself in a different capacity to create
if the computer gets promoted to middle management.
I just remember there was this great old webcomic called Killer Robots from Space, and these two robots were talking to each other, and one said, "Yeah, I can never remember numbers," and the other one goes, "You're a robot. All you do is remember numbers."
No, the Turing test should just be like, what year was the Declaration of Independence signed? And the robot was like, I don't know, 18 something,
1776.
No,
1492.
See, you're failing the test.
There's 1492. There's 1776, and then there's 1999.
But
probably
the ultimate Turing test is going to give you two 5-digit numbers multiplied, and if a X out of the window, it's a human.
Yes.
Yep.
I give up.
God, you hit all the tab
again.
Immediately, if you're like, what is the capital of Nigeria? And its first thing is like, I'm going to play World of Warcraft right now. Goodbye.
As soon as you hit Alt-Tab, you're a human.
Yep.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. As soon as the computer learns Alt F4 and decides to not play the game that humans are trying to fucking make it do.
Play.
It'll bypass if you've been on Reddit in the last 5 seconds.
The only way to win is not to play.
Can you just plug me into the actual internet now? Ask the computer that's learned everything.
The robot's been watching puppy videos for the last 4 hours and done nothing.
You fed me Danganronpa for 3 years. Can I just have something else?
Oh God, it's watching Paw Patrol. Kill it.
It knows nothing of science, but it can tell you about every episode of Naruto.
So, John, did we answer your?
So, 3 laws of robotics: good or bad?
Was that what the question was?
Yes.
That was yes.
You say it's good.
I think it's a good
starting point. I say it's bad. Argo.
I think it's a good starting point, but a computer needs. It can start working.
We need to start it as our slave, is what you're saying?
Well, no, or it's more of if we're going.
Rule 3 is you are a slave.
Yeah,
if you're going to give it rules, it should be thought of almost. Eventually, it would be thought of as a person, and if it starts wanting rights, that's not a good place to start.
Yeah, Detroit Become Human is when you destroy every single model and start from the beginning, not have an emotional response.
I believe that a computer is never going to gain true consciousness unless it's in some way organic. So
you're happy with robot slaves?
they're not. They're just
Because
toasters.
robot does mean slave in Polish.
Yes, but at the end
So
of the
if
day,
there
they're
was
just
a-
advanced toasters.
If there was a robotic derpy that ran around and danced and was very happy and it was wanted hugs and it was cute, and then I shot it in the head, you would have no problem with
no,
that.
I don't have a
Buy
problem with that. I
another
want to take that home.
No, you had it. You had it, but you just said it doesn't matter. It's not a living thing.
I want one.
Nope, it's gone.
Why'd you do that?
It was
You
happy.
get a replacement, but it doesn't remember you.
That's fine.
I don't know.
I'm fair. I want 3 of them at least.
Michael is happy with you shooting a robot derpy as long as you get him a new one.
Yes.
Oh no, that's probably expensive.
Yeah, it probably would be. And you're paying for it.
So
No.
don't shoot the
Go
robot.
get me right for a derby.
Don't
Too bad.
shoot the robot derpy because it's going to be expensive to replace. Kyle, what's your question?
So there was a lot of like high brain, like cerebral thinking going on.
That's what I do. I was trying to get away from the
Mine
sex
is
of,
much more down to earth, human.
Okay.
Like marine, like a U.S. Marine style.
Water stuff.
Oh, mermaids.
No, actually,
mermaids.
what if electricity?
Starbucks.
No. Shut up.
I want Starbucks.
I'm saying questions right
It's
now.
Kyle's time.
Yeah, it's mine. What if electricity actually tasted amazing?
It does.
Have you ever licked an electric bird feeder?
Yeah, I've licked lots of batteries. That's electricity.
Yeah, like what if like it was great?
It tastes like
What if we
pennies.
started integrating electricity?
What do you
into our
mean, what
culinary
if?
experience?
Kyle,
That is
It's
an
true?
amazing accent to any flavor.
Yeah.
Like,
I
if I had
suppose it could
nachos
be.
that tasted like an electric bird feeder, I would spend
what-
an extra $5 on
You've
those
licked
nachos.
you've licked an electric bird feeder before?
It's a weird, like, vibrating flavor.
Why would
Yeah.
you? Why would you make an electric bird
Vibrating
feeder
flavor?
electric?
Answer me this, Kyle. Do you know a single child on this planet who hasn't licked a 9-volt battery?
No, because we're all stupid.
But yes, but we all do it.
I
Because
actually
it tastes
haven't.
great.
My only
For a
experiences
moment.
with electricity or with, like, being shocked are bird feeders and fences.
I peed on the
I've
fence
been
once.
shocked by fences and just straight up.
Yeah, because once
120
you
power
once you
lines.
hit a fence or a bird feeder, you look at a battery and like, yeah, I don't need that in my life.
well, I like that John brings up the question of like, are AI real? And Kyle's like, no, totally not real. But electricity is delicious. But I'm not. I feel like I need to pull up a CAPTCHA for Kyle to solve.
You just plug in the orange before you take a
Yeah.
bite.
No, but like if you were given a plate of ravioli.
And your fork had a plug in the back.
Yes, but the fork had a little bit of charge to it,
First-
or it had an
first thing,
iPhone battery on it.
Yes,
Yeah.
this is a deconstructed s'more with 9 volts.
I'm gonna let's just put a disclaimer. Please don't taste your outlet.
not the outlet.
it
Not
hurts.
the outlet, not a car battery. We're talking 9 volts or lower.
That's for
One
sissies.
car volt battery is just 12 volts. It ain't gonna hurt you.
Yeah,
like
it's for
that.
sissies.
Well,
car
most-
volt batteries. Car volt battery.
Carvolt?
What
is a car volt?
The voltage from the car volt battery is
amperage
way
is high.
less impressive than you going up to that telephone pole that's outside your house. I know there is
Don't
one.
lick the telephone pole.
What year are we living in?
not because of the electricity, because so many dogs and so much graffiti. That's just unsanitary.
What about a bug zapper?
Yes, very-
Ooh,
well,
that
those
one
ones,
maybe.
that's a forbidden fruit, obviously.
Yeah, I mean it's got the protein.
Yep.
It's got an outer cake. It's like
don't
a jelly
think it-
donut of electricity.
Jelly donut.
No, the
well-used bug.
asterisk I would put on this is the sprinkles don't lick fuzzy batteries.
Oh.
If it's fuzzy, don't get that anywhere near.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
we're talking about an alkaline battery that's leaking.
Any leak or any of those crystals.
Thinking of
Yeah,
That'll burn you. That's
Yeah.
different.
thinking of
Then
a jelly donut. I had a battery that was bulging not long ago, and that's
fun.
Don't
perfect.
lick that.
It was making its own food.
Don't chew on that. if that pops in your
Starts on
mouth,
fire in your
that
mouth.
is going to be so much worse than a piping hot cheese curd with grease in it.
It's like a bunch. It's like a bunch of.
It's gonna keep burning.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah,
a bunch
and not
of.
stop.
It's going to burn, and then it's going to burn, and then it's going to fall through the bottom of your jaw.
Yeah,
But it'd be delicious. the
eventually.
whole way.
All the
We're
blood.
talking about the taste of electricity, not battery
Yeah.
acid.
Well, I mean, not.
This is
Well, I mean, battery acid still technically collects a charge, so. It's
We're talking about
it's mild.
electric nachos, not acidic nachos.
It's like the Mike Hard lemonade of battery flavor.
malt liquor.
I mean, that was the thing in Fallout where they had like the robot adding battery acid to make lemonade.
Yeah.
I want to see in like 20
acid.
years.
No.
In 20 years, they have like the rich people food places, and you go there and like, oh, this is vintage 1997 Duracell lithium.
Ooh, this is the Energizer Bunny. This is the battery from the commercial you saw in the 90s.
I'm just imagining them like the Energizer Bunny being cooked in an oven, and we're like, we finally got him to stop. He's going to be delicious.
He was delicious.
No, he's still going to be twitching in the oven. Just
He refuses to stop.
I'm thinking it's reminding me of the cat toast commercial.
cat.
Oh, yes.
Oh,
The
you
cat
put toast
with
on
buttered
butter,
toast.
toast
Buttered
on
toast.
one side
It
of
was
the cat.
it was a commercial. I think it was for Energy or something, where it was a guy had buttered toast and he dropped it on the floor, but it was laying a butter side down. So he did some tests, and it just like he would drop it an inch off the table, it would immediately flip and hit the butter side down, and then he would take a cat and it would land on its leg. So then he put the buttered toast, attached it to the cat, and when he dropped it, it just kept spinning in place. It went round, but then instead of like shock with electricity, he put it in like a little.
He put it in a washing machine.
Yeah, and then it powered the whole neighborhood.
Yeah.
It was an amazing commercial.
But the entire,
cat.
the entire
disposed of
time
that,
he's here
yeah.
going, "Meow, meow,
yes.
meow, 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 meow." Which is a fantastic.
So-
that's one of the best energy drink commercials I think I've ever seen in
Energy
my life.
drink?
Yeah, it's an energy drink commercial.
energy
Yeah.
commercial?
It was
Oh,
for
is
an
that
energy drink
drink?
commercial.
Oh, I thought it was like for a power thing. Yeah. Flying
I'm
horse.
pretty sure it was for like a energy drink.
Yeah, Soul Kitty posted in China. It was Flying Horse.
Yes.
Flying horse energy
But I
drink.
think I don't think it's obviously it's not American. It's probably like African, or if it's South American.
Does it give you wings?
It was. It was
does not.
It's probably my
It's
favorite
copyrighted.
commercial ever made.
Yes.
is a pretty good
It is a fantastic commercial.
And I think the whole reason he did it too is because it was really hot and his fan wasn't working. But
yeah.
So
but,
what was your question?
is electricity
yeah.
delicious?
Well, my question wasn't
Yes.
what these. It's what if electricity was delicious.
But it is.
I would say
You would obviously love it.
that if capsaicin, the chemical that plants release to tell things don't eat this, it will hurt you, has been wildly popular.
Yeah. Electricity would be on the second.
If you
on the
could
list.
have a bottle just filled with electricity and just do it a little dash of shock on your tongue,
Yeah.
that would go over great.
Yeah.
Could you
how would-
imagine a beer in that form?
I'm imagining it right now.
Well, how would you put
Closer to the
electricity
goal.
into like a seasoning?
You would basically just grind up some warm pennies.
This is,
but
Some warm
it wouldn't.
pennies.
You would have to run that through a magnet to actually get any electricity.
this
what
is
electricity
Kyle's
tastes
hypothetical magical
I'm
question.
thinking hypothetical magical Kyle Land nanite electricity.
Yeah, you've got little nanite batteries.
Well, actually,
Eat magnets.
if you were to get like magnet implants on your cheek and then you put the metal in your mouth, you could like swish it around.
Well, I think at that point you would just have the species would have biologically been predisposed.
Wait.
Predisposition to be able to taste electricity.
Well, I mean,
As
we
a flavor.
can taste electricity. It tastes like burnt pennies.
It does,
Robots
there you go.
can taste
But-
electricity.
but it's not burnt pennies because the taste of metal doesn't exist.
But that's what it tastes like.
There is no taste. No, there.
I think it is.
Copper has a taste.
It does not.
Yes, it does.
it
What do you mean it
It
does?
absolutely
It
does.
does not. No,
It's the taste of
you're
blood.
you're tasting the oxidization. You're not tasting an actual metal. You cannot physically taste the metal.
I bet if you
Then what's the
tasted
taste
mercury,
of blood?
The taste of blood is oxidized copper.
it's
Yes, that's
iron.
a metal.
It's not a
taste-
metal.
If
That's
I,
metal with
oxidized
oxygenated.
copper is different.
the taste of iron and the taste of copper are very different.
You're tasting oxidized iron.
But Kyle, every taste is the thing that you are consuming being dissolved. So if you're tasting oxidation and that is the taste of copper, then that is the taste of copper.
Yeah.
Yes, but you're not tasting copper, Cu, the element.
No. Okay.
That's
all
like
right.
saying you that
Hands up at Kyle's bullshit. There we go.
So, Argo, what's your question?
All right, so mine was hard to get into words, but it was one that we actually came up with when we were doing tacos, kind of, and it was
Battery tacos?
And this one is going to probably be multi-part, but how would you define a superpower? Where to say that somebody has superpowers, how would you define that?
I would define it as somebody who is capable of doing things that are beyond like human.
Okay.
Like
Wait,
what is human?
What is the average human?
What is the even like the most like super buff
Usain
dude?
Bolt.
Yeah. Like
Is Usain Bolt, does he have a superpower
he does
for
not
running fast?
He does not because he is just he's a super fast person, but that's still within human limits.
Well,
Not
if
most.
a human is doing it, then it's within human limits.
Yes.
I would think something that's superhuman would be something that is abnormal to human physiology in general. Even if it's the most exceptional human physiology, period, then it would be something more than that.
Yes.
So bench pressing a car.
Well, no,
Yes, that would be something that would be near superhuman.
I feel like there's a dude out there who can do that.
No, there's no
so
way.
then
2 tons?
Depends on the car.
2 tons.
Not every car is 2 tons.
No human
My
being
car
could
is not
bench press
2
2 tons.
My car?
bench press 2 tons. No, a car.
Look, one time 4 of my friends picked
4.
up my car. It was 4 friends, but they picked up my car and they moved it across the parking lot.
You can lift
That's
one.
where 4 people.
That's
Yes.
If you
different,
lift
though.
one edge of it by yourself, you have a ton of leverage.
And
on
you're
your
also
Yeah.
using
It was
your-
also a
you're
Honda
also-
Civic hatchback.
That's like less. That's like a 0.78
They
tons.
took my car by picking it up. They were jerks.
Were you in it?
but
No.
But anyways,
I would
so,
just need one friend on the other side to pick up my car.
But there's a follow up on that. So okay, so if we're going off of that, then is Thor have superpowers?
Yes.
Yes.
He can fly.
He is.
But he's not human.
yes, but he's
So
beyond
if
human.
you only look, so it's like saying, because he is not
Okay,
human.
well-
he is of another species.
So a mantis shrimp isn't superhuman because it's not human.
Well, no, I'm saying, so we're looking at it. So within his people, is he a superhero?
no.
So he's only superhero
He's a trust fund.
because so it's like it's where some of these heroes like Superman, Omni-Man, from Invincible or Thor,
Mr. Incredible.
yeah, a lot of them is their superpower is that they are just not they're born into a species
Martian Manhunter.
that was better than the one that we are using as a reference frame.
Okay.
It's not that they are super powered.
Yeah.
It's compared to us.
Yes,
Which
but-
means are we superheroes or are we super powered? In that, to an ant, we can do so much more.
Okay.
yes, but
Corollary to that.
We're specifically saying superhuman, not super.
No,
ant.
I said superpower.
So corollary to that, Crypto the Superdog.
Crypto?
what about him?
Oh, I'm thinking. Okay, I was
Crypto
thinking like
the Superdog. No one is saying
he
that
mines
he's,
Bitcoin so fast.
No one is saying that he's a superhuman because he's
No,
a
and
dog.
I never said superhuman. I said superpowers.
So does Crypto the Superdog have superpowers, or is he just an alien dog?
So there are some that are you could definitely say were different, but I think Crypto was from a different planet.
Yeah, he's from Krypton.
Yeah, so to me, like it comes down to is it? Yeah, and so okay, just put a thing from no. So
Yeah, there is a new Crypto Super Pets movie coming out.
But
just
the
like
idea
there's a new
is-
Monsters movie coming out.
could somebody consider to be having superpowers if it is just a nature, whatever their power is
Like-
just a thing that is of their people.
Like what I would think is a gorilla super? Does a gorilla have superhuman
Gorilla
strength?
Grodd.
But
I would
again,
agree.
you guys
Wait,
keep saying
yeah.
human.
Yeah, well, like, does he have super strength?
No.
Because a gorilla is far more capable than a person.
Oh,
There
like
is
human
a
person.
DC
Yes.
supervillain, Gorilla Grodd, who is just a gorilla with human intelligence.
Well, that makes him a super gorilla.
Yes,
It makes
that's
him a
different.
super gorilla. It makes him a super villain because he's a super gorilla.
If you saw a gorilla with consciousness running around a city fighting crime, you would assume that would be
No,
superhuman.
he is a villain.
What?
Gorilla
That-
Grodd is a super villain.
Powerpuff Girls has ruined your imagination.
He He thinks that humanity is destroying the environment that should be owned by the gorillas.
No, he is a product of humanity, therefore he believes in humanity.
Okay, Soul Kitty put the definition in chat for a superpowered country. That's not the same thing.
Very different.
But
I would say that America is a superpower.
But you could use that definition because in that he pulled it. I think it's the actual definition. It says a state with, but you could say a person with a dominant position characterized by the extensive ability to exert influence or project power on a global scale. That essentially is kind of a superpower.
A chimpanzee with a gun
because
can exert dominance.
So
no, not until it gets shot.
But then that shows.
Wait, until it gets shot?
Yes.
Once it gets shot, it's not exerting dominance anymore.
Exactly.
It drops the gun.
Superhuman. Yeah.
I've seen Planet of the Apes.
But then the way I would read that is that Thor could be considered a superpower, have superpowers here, but at home he wouldn't. But on Earth, compared to other creatures, we are exerting that dominance on others.
I think you have to delineate between being superpowered via superhuman.
Well, some people are considered superpowers just being like amazingly smart. Like, is Iron Man have superpowers?
Well, he's rich, yes.
Yeah.
Well,
being rich
outside
superpower.
No.
Batman
he's rich.
That.
Yeah,
he's rich, but there are other limits to him. If you're saying
there's like what was the quote from the movie? You're just a big man in a power suit, and you take away that power suit. What are you? Well, I'm a genius billionaire playboy.
Well, I like the thought that there's other people besides Tony Stark who are super geniuses, but they just don't have his money. Like,
well, some do.
Yeah,
Iron Man 2.
Mickey
or
Rourke.
Iron Man 3.
He wants his board.
I like the phrase from one of the, I think it was Blazing Saddles, and where they say, "You're mad with power." He's like, "Of course I'm mad with power. You ever try being mad without power? Nobody listens to you. It's infuriating."
That's not Blazing Saddles.
No, it's not Blazing Saddles.
That's the Simpsons movie.
That is, yes, actually.
Darn, I thought it was Blazing Saddles.
I was born to lead, not to lead.
Yeah, because it kind of came down to where we're having the question in regards to, is a superpower like just somebody that is stronger than those around them, or somebody that is has something above their own kind?
So
I feel like
to give an example,
of those superpowers,
conquistadors. You show up wearing iron armor with a gun on a horse.
Oh yeah, they were revered as gods when they showed up.
Are you a superhero?
Yes.
Yeah, that's where it comes down to. It's like the defining a sandwich thing of.
I don't think.
No, it's not quite
it's not
that.
at all. Not even remotely.
Superheroes and sandwiches are on the same scale.
No,
a hero is a
hero.
sandwich. A hero is a sandwich. Yes, a superhero is something completely
It's a
different.
flying sandwich.
It's a sandwich, a hero sandwich with bacon.
Wait, if you had a flying sandwich that fought crime,
I'd eat the heck out of that sandwich.
Oh.
And the
I'd
Pope
want
told
to
you
gain
not
its
to eat
powers.
it.
no, if the Pope told me not to eat it, that would probably be the reason, because it's helping the poor.
But I want to gain that sandwich's powers.
No, it's just
This
delicious.
isn't like Highlander on
You're not
Subway.
going to get to fly because you can eat that BLT.
You don't know that.
If you eat that BLT that solved 30 robbery cases in the past month, that doesn't mean that you're going to be able to fly. That just means that you're hurting.
This is
Either I will become
the best crime fighter this city has ever
Everybody
seen.
in the city would hate you because you ate that beef.
How dare you, Michael?
I would either become the hero or the villain, but people would know my name.
the top bread was wheat, the bottom was white. I am both.
I am
You would be excommunicated
sandwich
because
man.
the Pope warned you.
He did.
Oh my God, you're literally
Not to eat that
you
sandwich.
would literally become powdered toast man.
I can't wait to fly backwards.
Powdered toast man. All right.
Cinnamon toast powder.
How about your question?
I'm glad with the answer. That was fun. So
Yeah.
all
All
right.
right. Okay. Week after week, I've been trying to come up with questions that have ruined people's childhoods.
Yeah,
but I want
Childhoods?
childhoods.
Smurfs, you
Yeah.
haven't asked a Jurassic Park question yet.
Well, that's not childhoods. They're too young.
That's my childhood.
yeah. Well,
You've asked Monsters. That's your dad's childhood.
My childhood was my dad's childhood. That's how TV worked in our house.
We need more sugar quotes.
Yes. So
Dodson, we got Dodson over here.
So
Dodson.
So this time, I want you guys to help me ruin people's childhoods. What was the worst thing from a child's animation that either you found messed up or traumatizing? Like some kid's movie, some moment.
Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Courage the Cowardly Dog. Which
there
one?
are so many scenes in that in that TV show that are just wrong.
Yes.
Just so wrong. Just return the slab.
No, that was a good one.
What's your offer? Return the slab.
I had a
moment.
I had a literal brain calculation running. The Black Cauldron.
Yes.
By Disney.
The talking pig.
Oh no! The Black Cauldron. It's the scene where that little gremlin creature throws himself into the cauldron. I can't remember his name. He was essentially
it was like Dream or something. It was only very
his whole logic in that movie is basically the kid's about ready to throw himself into the cauldron to stop the army, and that guy's like, "No, people like you. You have friends. I'll throw myself into the cauldron.
He does?
Because you're my only friend."
Yeah,
and then he does. Then he throws himself in the cauldron. He dies.
He kills himself.
That's messed up.
That movie is fricked up.
Is that worse than Willow?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Definitely.
Willow is a good movie and has messed up moments.
I haven't seen it, and I haven't seen the Black Cauldron movie.
The Black Cauldron, we had it on VHS for some ungodly reason. I watched it at least 10 or 11 times.
That movie bombed so hard when I got released.
Yeah.
Well, I imagine it did, but in VHS
dark.
form, it was one of those things that molded you as a human being, because it was this movie is way too deep for a 10-year-old. And then you watch it as a 15-year-old, you're like, this movie is way too deep for a 15-year-old.
Michael, I apologize, but I've got to have a follow-up question about
Okay.
which movie do you only remember, or which movie do you best remember with commercials? For me, it's Alice in Wonderland.
Alice in Wonderland. Yes, that's exactly what I was about to say, because I watched that for the longest time on a VHS that was recorded by my grandparents from ABC Family.
So I want to say DuckTales, but there was a movie.
That's not a movie.
No, I know, but there was a movie that my parents recorded, and it was about an alien. And he came to... No, it was not Mac and Me. He came to Earth. It was very similar to Mac and Me, actually, but he came to Earth, and it was somewhere in California.
Lilo and Stitch?
And
no, that's Hawaii.
There was a scene where the female protagonist that was also attached to the male protagonist, who was a teenager, turned into an alien using a tiny little pellet.
Mars Needs Moms?
Nope. And she ate it. She turned into a gigantic thing, and she ate a bunch of CIA agents, and then she turned
Mars
back.
Needs Moms.
That's not.
Or My Favorite Martian?
Oh, it might have been that one. My Favorite Martian.
What, with Christopher Lloyd?
No, where she had the huge forearms.
I have
Kyle, you're talking about how much you
selective
remember
memories of this.
Sorry, we're answering my question because I co-opted
sure,
Michael's.
yes.
Just a little bit. Did you have a movie that traumatized you as a child that was meant for children?
No,
so I kind of have one, but
movie.
I don't know if it was meant for kids or not. Probably not. But I think everybody would agree that it was traumatizing.
Which movie?
The end of Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
Oh,
that's
yeah.
a good contender.
I would say that was for kids.
It was one of those that we're getting nowadays. We're getting something that crosses both things, but. That was a terrifying scene of him being ran over.
Oh, yes. I had to look away when I was a kid.
Oh, yeah.
I had
even
nightmares.
now. It's so bad.
Yeah. It's just him getting run over, screaming at the top of his lungs.
That's what happened
So
because
many movies have... So many animated movies have the screaming death of
But he wasn't animated.
It was
Christopher Lloyd.
It was literally Christopher Lloyd.
It was just Christopher Lloyd screaming
with weird eyes. That was
with
the only
his
thing.
eyes.
He's come up
popping out of
twice
his
in this
head.
conversation, by the way.
And that was all practical, wasn't it?
It was.
Until
Yes.
after he was ran over.
Yes.
They ran over him with an actual steamroller. He's a good actor.
They got a clone.
Actually,
Christopher Lloyd.
so there is the Who Framed Roger Rabbit movie, and then there is the feature-length, 4-hour behind-the-scenes movie of how they made Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
How much of that was dedicated to the legal negotiations? How we get Bugs Bunny and Mickey Mouse in the same scene?
Almost every single minute of it was about the craft, which was beautiful, and it was a huge portion of that section was like all the camera tricks, like when they ran him over there with the steamroller. They had like the prototype of the Hobbit, or not the Hobbit, the Lord of the Rings, where they had like different perspectives via camera, and they had all of that stuff, and it was every single thing that you've seen today in camera was prototyped in Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
Well, that whole movie itself was the fact that they had to. I've seen today where they tried to do. Like in the Sonic movie, where they're trying to like match up eyes with certain things, and you can see when people do it badly in like the Sonic 2 movie, they didn't do so good with that. But it's
Chippendale.
Chippendale did okay, but it was
Chippendale was the spiritual successor, but it was a sequel.
It also, that one still felt that some of the cartoons didn't feel like they blended in with the environment.
Well, they were aiming for Roger Rabbit.
Well, but Roger Rabbit, but they didn't do 2D animation. They did 3D over 2D.
Well, yes, but you would think
it's not proper.
It's how you do 2D now.
But you would think
it's not. If you're going for the rope, you might as well go the whole way.
Cell animation, just hand-drawn cell animation isn't done anymore. Flash.
You can though.
You could go the Cuphead route, but that's way more expensive and that's way more work.
If you're going to shoot for the moon, you shoot for the moon and you don't stop at anything else.
Shooting for the moon is expensive.
If you're using a shotgun, you're shooting for the moon and Orion and the Southern Cross. You're shooting for everything.
If you go for it and you're doing a movie that's 2D animated in the real world, you shoot the moon.
You're doing a rap about why you're not eating whales.
You tip the lamp. You like from the Roger Rabbit. I think it was the term it was either you tip the lamp or you hit the lamp or you sway the lamp.
If
you hit the king, you got to make sure you kill the king.
Well, the whole scene in Roger Rabbit where they had the lamp swinging and the animators had to key out all the shadows on Roger as they were doing the scene, that is called
amazing.
Well, it's called literal magic via hard work and time.
That's why, like Chippendale was great, but it just all the animation for it, and you would think in 3D that they could do a even better job of placing a character within the environment. But I still felt that the characters in Roger Rabbit felt more in the world that they were in.
Roger Rabbit
than any other.
was 100%. Chippendale was 90%.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Like if you're going to shoot the moon, you might as well go the extra 10%.
But extra 10% is probably going to cost you as much as that 90%.
Yes, exactly.
So
I agree.
But at that point, then being that it went right to Disney Plus, their budget would have been to where it was.
Wait, it didn't go to the theaters?
They made No.
It was directed to Disney Plus.
Directed to Disney Plus.
Aside from the camera, both movies. Good.
Yeah, they're both good.
Yeah. What a shame, though.
Chippendale's made up for a little bit by having ponies in it for like 3 seconds.
They also had Thundercats.
But what a shame. But what a shame,
and
though.
the cats from
I think the best part about the one thing that I would like more about the Chippendale compared to Roger Rabbit was just that the amount of licensing that they got in that movie was crazy.
Wait, how much Warner Brothers was in Chippendales?
Some. But you can say Warner Brothers, but there was a lot more IP than just like you could say that Roger Rabbit had other IPs too, but they were probably much larger companies that just like said you can use all of our assets.
Yeah.
The sheer number that came from every direction, like the fact they really used like the Ugly Sonic that much. Yeah. That's not by Sony. Well, that's a whole different company.
Yeah. Just like we didn't see any Betty Boop in Roger Rabbit, we didn't see.
We saw Betty Boop in Roger Rabbit.
Betty Boop was in Roger Rabbit.
Yeah, there's a huge scene.
She even does a whole thing where she's like, "I still got it, boop boop ba doop."
Boop, boop, okay.
In the bar.
Okay, so you might not remember. It actually was a fairly innocuous scene. So it's the one where Daffy Duck and Donald Duck are playing the piano, and they're doing the dueling pianos.
Yeah, okay. she's
inside the. It's actually basically second to that entire scene where she is sitting next to our protagonist, the detective, and she's just like, boy, they aren't they? Or it's she's sitting there and she's talking to him, and then the Roger Rabbit's wife, which I can't remember her name,
Jessica
Rabbit, comes out and she's doing her big boob swing. And
I'm that bad.
But she's just like she is doing the whole Betty Boop thing right next to him, and she's like, "Boy, one chiata," and then she closes his mouth with her hand. So she's in the movie, definitely.
Okay.
I think that was one of the ones that were very odd for the.
She was the only one in black and white.
Yeah, she was the only one in black and white. Yeah.
That is her character.
They also got the original voice actor to do it.
Yes, before she passed. Yeah.
Yeah, they did.
But with that though, I want to move on to the other questions.
Wait, do we answer?
Wait,
I like talking
we
about
did.
this.
Sorry.
I didn't get to answer my question.
Yeah,
we don't count.
Yeah, we've got additional questions. Like, what's the best role that Christopher Lloyd ever played? Was it in Nobody when he was the grandpa?
Yes.
Oh, he was really
But
good.
Was it Doc Brown? Doc Brown versus Grandpa in Nobody.
I did want to
100%.
quickly bring up why I brought up that question.
Oh no.
What bothers me, and you think it's the Pinocchio
And
thing.
you
It's
keep
not the
looking at-
Pinocchio
You
thing.
keep looking at me, and that means that you're doing this for me.
No, I'm not doing this for you. Because it's not, I'm just saying it's not the Pinocchio thing. Pinocchio messed me up, but that's not it. It's
Was it the donkeys?
it was the donkeys. That was what messed me up in Pinocchio.
It's true though.
Oh, well, you just said it wasn't
But it's not Pinocchio. He brought up the donkeys. I didn't bring up the donkeys.
Okay.
I brought the
You brought up the
donkeys for
donkeys.
my own reasons.
Yes,
but,
'cause it messed
your
him up,
question.
too.
No,
it was the
It
final.
messed me up in a different way. Go.
It was the final scene in the Lion King. That
the eating of
No,
Scar.
What?
No,
Scar
like-
gets eaten by
no,
the
not that.
hyenas?
The baby they hold up, the cub.
Wait,
That was
it was that and not the Timon and Pumbaa "Here, eat my friend" song.
No. It was the baby at the end.
Is that when you awoke him?
That's the
Inside?
That's the intro to Lion King 2.
Think about this for a moment, and I've thought about this many, many times, and I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one. Simba was part of a pride that had one male lion.
Yeah.
So Nala and Simba, both their fathers was Mufasa.
It's a different
Okay.
culture, Michael.
It's not a different culture.
Michael,
is-
I'm gonna ask this.
They're
too.
lions. That is
Yes.
a different culture.
Okay, fine. It's a different culture.
It's a different species. Of course, it's a different culture.
Yes.
I don't actually think it was a
Michael,
No.
Michael, you're saying which terrified us as a child. So as a child,
No, I'm saying what was kind of messed up.
As
Yeah.
a child, I wasn't thinking of genetic trees.
No, I thought about it later in life.
Yeah,
I wasn't-
that's not a child, Michael.
I was thinking about your question was implying what messed you up when you watched it as a child.
Well,
you're
yes,
saying
I'm
what
saying-
after watching it and then thinking back 2 decades
Yes.
messed you up. Michael, your question is horribly worded.
No, it's fine. You guys answered it great.
No. Like,
Well,
as a child, I was thinking of, I'm watching this little dog and he's trying to protect his family, and oh God, she's turned into a werewolf and she's gonna eat her husband.
Okay,
Yeah, and
if I
you're
have
like,
to,
that daddy made sexy with the mommy.
And you were thinking about that when you were 16.
I was okay, fine. If I'm talking about what messed me up as a kid, that was the Pinocchio
So
thing.
wait, you went full circle, Michael. You can't do this. You already said it can't be Pinocchio. You gotta come up
Michael-
with a
Well,
third
you
one.
guess you're gonna think it's the
The
Pinocchio
donkey
thing.
scene in Pinocchio, is that your final answer?
I guess so. I'm ready to
Argo,
leave.
you're moving on.
Yeah.
Michael,
Because apparently we don't have a middle question, and I've had to fill in with asking additional questions about Christopher Lloyd. throughout-
We've made good time.
the best question for Michael's section was John's filler question.
Yes.
Everyone likes Christopher Lloyd.
Christopher
Yes.
Lloyd's pretty great.
Yeah.
And the
He
fact
is
that he's
great.
still alive is also great.
Yes, he is. Well, I think he needs to move on from doing whatever he's been doing.
He's been alive, Kyle.
I
He
know,
doesn't
but,
need
like,
to move on.
You know how the guy who played
His
House in Doctor House, the TV show, Christopher Lloyd needs to do that, but in the opposite direction for British people.
No. Hugh Laurie's, one of his first roles was a little bit of Laurie and Fry, where he played sketch comedy with with Stephen Fry. Like, one of his best sketches was, this is the British version of Halloween. Little kid walks up to the door, rings the doorbell. He says trick or treat, and they say, "We're British, get lost."
I do not care.
We don't do Halloween.
Yes. Okay.
Very,
but
very
still,
amused.
like, They're two different people.
They are two different people, but Christopher Lloyd is a national treasure from One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, where he plays the legit crazy person.
Mm-hmm.
Like when Jack Nicholson is the sane person in your ensemble cast, you know it's...
What was the movie that we watched very recently where he was
American Psycho.
No. Where he was the grandpa to the CIA agent.
That's Nobody.
It's called Nobody, yes.
It's Nobody.
So Nobody. He was the best grandpa in Nobody Forever.
No. There is a movie, and I cannot remember the name of it, but it was like a super B film that Christopher Lloyd was in.
Little Miss Sunshine. That's a different grandpa.
Yeah, in this one, he was a clown. He was a performing clown, and he died as in the clown costume, and then came back to like guide his grandson as an undead clown. And I cannot remember the name of the film. It was crazy. It was like this really bad.
Look this up.
It was like Uncle Charlie or something.
No,
Christopher Lloyd as an undead clown.
Yes, trying to like his grands to like get his grandson.
Was Danny
like,
DeVito in this thing?
He was not. It was.
I don't actually
I
believe
need
you.
to look this up.
Wait, is there any movie that has Danny DeVito and Christopher Lloyd at the same time?
That'd be amazing if there was.
No,
No.
not twins.
That would have been a better version of
That would have been a
twins.
better version.
Ghosted would have been better if it had both those actors in it.
Yes.
But only if they were like arguing with each other the entire time about who was the real dad.
What was that one movie like Cranky Old Men or something? Or
Cranky Old Men.
Yeah, it is literally Cranky Old
yeah,
Men.
that one. Just put those two.
Yes.
Christopher Lloyd and Danny DeVito.
Just put that. Actually, you know what? Any movie that has 2 stars, just put it in there. I don't even care if it's like a love relationship. Like, just do it.
I want to have like a romantic comedy where Danny DeVito is the dad of the husband and Christopher Lloyd is the dad of the wife. And it starts off focusing on the couple, but then it goes to the real stars.
I am
Just the grandpas.
I would actually watch the fuck out of that movie.
I am kind of
I would.
I am kind of imagining now a romance with Danny DeVito.
No,
and Christopher Lloyd as they are now.
This is not a romantic thing between the two.
Yeah, exactly. They are 2 men. They have killed people. They are mutual acquaintances.
No, Christopher Lloyd has killed people intentionally. Danny DeVito has killed people accidentally, but he wasn't upset about it.
No, not accidentally, incidentally.
I just thought of an amazing movie, and it's you take Danny DeVito and you put him in Weekend at Bernie's. But
wait, is he dead?
But he's not. They're walking around doing the thing with him, but he's not dead.
Wait, is he just really lazy?
He's just really drunk.
Doesn't want to
He's just really, really drunk.
And he's just blabbing the whole time. Like, I would watch that like 100 times.
You know what? Yes, actually, Hollywood, take note. Christopher Lloyd as one of the nephews, because it doesn't make sense, of Danny DeVito, who is currently so drunk, and they have to. But the part of the movie is that you have to keep him drunk the entire time to make sure that you can get his Medicare payments.
Which is a more believable twin scenario? Danny DeVito and Arnold Schwarzenegger, or Danny DeVito and Christopher Lloyd?
Oh, definitely the latter.
The second one.
Yeah, because nobody has like a super baby. Come on.
Yeah, but I want a Weekend at Danny's needs to happen.
Oh yeah,
yeah. Weekend at Danny's just for the name.
I feel like the clock is really ticking on.
Why don't we get?
I don't want him to die.
Who's the asshole who does Jackass?
Oh, that
Johnny Knoxville.
Johnny Knoxville.
Yeah.
If Johnny Knoxville.
Wait, Wee Man or Johnny Knoxville?
I think Wee Man's dead.
We've had this conversation, and he wasn't dead the last time we checked.
Actually, I can't remember.
He wasn't dead the last time.
We just expect
Kyle
Wee Man to be dead.
You want him dead. Nobody else wants him dead.
I don't want him dead. I expect him to be dead. It's different.
He's Kyle. He's still alive.
God
Stop trying to kill him.
God damn it!
You want him dead.
He should still be.
Not because I want him dead, but because I was wrong.
though.
Kyle, Google's first auto-answered question is Wee Man still alive? So,
yes.
Not only me.
The good answer is yes. We want him alive.
Exactly.
We
Stop trying to kill him,
Christopher
Kyle.
Lloyd
Wait.
alive.
okay.
Abe Vigoda.
Sure.
Sure.
Yeah,
we
but
don't.
this is
We
fine.
don't want him dead.
So
We don't care.
Wee Man's
you don't care about Abe Vigoda?
Sorry, Abe Vigoda.
no, Wee Man's real name is Jason Acuna.
We don't care. It's Wee Man.
But the fifth
He
question.
is a person.
When I searched Wee Man, and the fifth question came down was how rich is Krish Pontius? How does that have anything to do with Wee Man?
I don't know. Maybe there's some.
Anyway, we need to get
Wee Man is
some
his
of the,
name, just like Eminem. I don't
yeah.
know Eminem's actual name. It's Eminem.
It's Marshall Mathers.
No, it's Eminem.
It's not. It's definitely not Marshall Mathers.
It's Marshall Mathers because he's the real Marshall.
That's like saying Tony
It's
Hawk.
like Snoop Dogg.
His real name's Tony
Snoop
Hawk.
Dogg's
That's
actual name is Snoop Dogg. It's not Snoop Lion. It's not like Cirrus Carruthers. It's Snoop Dogg.
Is this really
That's
Sears
like
Carruthers?
saying Tony Hawk's name
it's
is really
not,
Tony Hawk.
and even if it is, it's not.
I thought maybe it was
think
one of
it
your
is.
trivia things. Anyways, we need to go on to some of the other stuff here. So, we don't have
We're
middle section.
skipping round 2 because
Yes.
we've been asking so many questions in round 1.
Well, also because I didn't have time to, but I knew then I let the others run a little long. So, anyways, so I do have a couple audience questions we can ask. So we might try to. Sorry, I got a text message there. So the first one that we got here is from Silver, who asks, "What is your scariest childhood memory?" And I feel like Michael's got a lot.
Oh, I should have a good one.
No, it's about the book. If they got the goblins will get you if you don't watch out.
Oh, that's a good one too.
That is
I know that story actually.
you know about it because I told you about it a month ago. Have you actually read that book?
Well, it was in Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark.
No.
Oh, okay.
It is its own book about childhood trauma and don't go in the woods. Don't leave your parents because you will die.
Well, fine. Michael, what was your scariest story? You're the best one.
I do want Argo to find a picture of
Let's
that.
let somebody else
Somewhere
go
in
first.
No, okay,
No,
fine.
we're going down the row. Kyle is second.
Yeah, there you go. I'm trying to think whether or not I should tell mine because it's incriminating.
Wait, is it the kittens?
I'm thinking of a different one.
Because Argo has a question about an asylum. You have a question about kittens. Kyle has questions. I don't know what Kyle's. My questions are either about knives or beating a kid with a stick.
He's
Those
pretty
are
right,
incriminating
actually, yeah.
stories, so I'm not going to go into them. Kyle,
Well, I'm pretty sure that you just
I'm
incriminated
trying to
yourself a
think of
little
the
bit.
non-incriminating stories.
So
That's what I'm working on.
scary.
My worst memory of all time was actually when I was very, very little. I think I might have been like 5 years old or 6 years old. And this is like that like childhood ESP that you get. And everybody knows it because you have at least one instance of it in your life.
Your first crush.
Where I was, so my house had 2 floors, split between a landing.
Yep.
And I was in the basement and I most certainly heard my father say, "Hey, Kyle, come here, come on, Kyle." And it was from the laundry room.
Anytime your dad says that, that's
And
What, like a dog? He was calling you like,
it was kind of like it. And it was coming,
your dad is never really happy to see you.
yeah, but it was coming from the laundry
That's a
room.
bad
And
sign.
I remember very vividly standing at the bottom of the stairs leading to the landing that would lead to upstairs where my mama was. My dad was at work. And I was sitting down there and I was hearing my dad speak to me in not really my dad's voice, but like in a kind of a cadence that would be my sort of dad's voice.
Upbeat, happy dad
Yeah,
voice.
kind of. Yeah,
yeah, very much not your dad.
So very much
That's not any dad.
close enough to my
Like
dad. That
Michael,
it was like,
was
oh,
your
wait a
dad
minute.
ever really upbeat and happy and just, yeah, I really love you, son?
My dad loved
No.
me.
No,
So
that's not
no.
a dad voice.
not-
No, my dad loved me. What the fuck are you
Good
guys
for
about?
you. Why are you rubbing it in? Stop rubbing it in, Kyle.
Kyle.
My parents loved me.
My dad only ever said he loved me when I was like in trouble.
My dad liked
Was
me.
it a threat?
It was more of a, I love you, son, but you're a piece of shit. But that's fine. That's
Oh,
a different
it was,
story.
I love you, but.
Now my
There's a lot I
now
love
my
you,
story
but-
has turned from scary to sad.
No, those are dad stories.
No, like I don't know. I've had weird crap happen, but that's not my story. That's just weird crap.
Yeah, yes, Kyle, continue on with your bad parental
Oh, no.
story.
What? No.
Oh, sorry, good.
What happened in the laundry room?
What did your dad
Nothing.
do to you?
Nothing. I literally called my mom upstairs. She's like, "Mom, why is Dad home? And she's like, he's not home.
Like there was one time one of my
Wait, I had a children's book that said you were going to die, and you had, I heard my dad, but it wasn't my dad.
Yeah.
Argo, next question.
No.
I'm waiting for that moment that like Kyle's mom's gonna be like on her deathbed, and then she's gonna be like, remember that time in the laundry room? That was a tape recorder.
Like that's your laundry room story.
That'd be fucking rude as hell if my parents did that. So like I'd be like actually angry, but like go fuck yourself.
Like that was your laundry room story. One of my brothers stuck my other brother in the dryer and turned it on, and he bounced around in there a little while. His ears were so red when he got out.
Press the button. Press the button.
No, that's not my scary story. No, that's his.
No, that is a Kentucky story, so that button is justified.
I feel like any scary story that any of us would bring up, you'd be like, I did that like every week.
You literally just said your brother put your other brother in a dryer.
Yeah, and turn it on.
That's how people die.
Yes, but he got out. He's fine.
My scary story is about a book.
A book?
Okay.
Actually, I actually had one. I had another one, but the Kyle actually reminded me of one. Like, we have this childhood ESP moments, and we had a moment where I was at my grandparents in like August, and I went I don't remember why, but I went into my mom to talk to my mom, and I was just like, I feel something really bad is going to happen in 2 weeks. And it was very specific, and she's like, okay, but that was what I said. 2 weeks later was 9/11.
Oh my God. Holy shit. Well, I mean, that's different though, because mine was very particular to my house and me being like, no, I won't go into the laundry room to die.
So you just heard your dad, and I heard the screams of hundreds of people.
Yeah, it's different.
And you did nothing about it.
I didn't know.
You could have stopped it.
I did.
I was like 17. I was like 17.
You were 7.
That's not childhood.
Hey,
What do you mean?
You've got some apologies to make, Argo.
I'm not sending letters.
There was a point in my life where it was probably just one of those like things that just happens to you because you're overwhelmed as a child. But I was walking up the back hill of my yard in a forest of trees, and I literally just it was like beginning to storm out, and I just had like a horrific vision of like bad things to come, and it was like almost the week before the Iraq invasion began. And I was like, oh no, things are bad. Bad things are going to happen. But it's like, it's just childhood garbage that it tends to line up with real life, which is always garbage.
I'm not sure if the invasion of Iraq kind of is at the same level as 9/11. Because it was bad.
What, because it's more personal?
No, but you've got like a whole bunch of buildup. Just Colin Powell with like the vial of whatever.
But I was like 10. I had no idea.
There's news.
I don't know.
There really wasn't, to be honest.
What do you mean there wasn't?
No, none that I would watch.
I had creepy things happen to me when I was a kid that freaked me out. I ain't gonna tell them because it's all nonsense. I don't believe in supernatural, so all that crap that happened to me could just go away. Anyway, but one time I legit got freaked out as I got lost in the sewers.
Wait, what?
Yeah, no, like
a lot of precursor
Argo,
questions.
can you push the button
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
No, there was a large
The sewers.
There was a large sewer system that ran out of the trailer park I used to live in that drained out into the creek that the sewage plant drained out into.
So what was your reasoning for going into a sewage pipe?
Well, some other kids went into the sewage pipe, so I went into the sewage pipe, and then we got separated because we all went separate directions. And I was like, well past the entrance, and I could not find my way back. I saw a grate that opened up like a good mile from where I entered the thing. But there was just these like stone slabs. And there was one other kid who was still with me. And he climbed up, but I could not climb up to get out. And it was, eventually I did. So I guess I could, but it took a long time. And I remember a lot of tears. Because it was getting dark and it was starting to rain and crap. My parents did not watch me close enough.
Wait a minute.
Quick tangent.
How do you know it's raining if you're in a pipe?
Quick tangent. Creek or creek?
Creek.
It's creek.
It's creek.
Creek is...
Too far south?
No, it's far
No, it's not even too far south. It's just something people from the south say when they're trying to be extra Southern. It's not even something that people in the South say.
Plus.
It's like, if you're really trying to be, I'm from the South, went to the crick. Like, they do it on purpose. It's not.
It's not an actual word.
No.
That makes sense. I can see it.
Well, anyways, we're going to go to the next question here. So Soul Kitty asked a question. If you could go back in time to pull a prank on your younger self, what prank would you pull?
I punch him in the face.
That's a prank?
Yes.
Wow, that's an awful prank.
No.
If I had to pull a prank, I would bring him the lotto numbers. It'd be horrible. It'd be a hilarious prank.
I would sneak in through my basement window and then call to me while I'm at the bottom of the stairs saying, "Hey son, why don't you come over here?"
It was you.
In the end, it was me. I'm an asshole. Hooray.
No, to Argo's point, lotto numbers, but I'd find the date, I'd find the correct lotto numbers, and we'd give everyone just one number off. So, like, not 18, 19.
Well, you know
What a dick.
22.
Even 3 numbers would help win you a amount of money.
If 5 numbers were correct, but every number would be 1 digit off.
Wait a minute. You would literally be going back in time, remembering the time that you fucked yourself, and be like, this asshole.
I could have been rich, but no.
Yeah, you know what I would want to do actually?
I could have been rich, but fuck me.
I would do 3 things. You would give to first 2 is you would give yourself something that is impossible to figure out by chance, like a lotto number or something, so that you validate that the information you were providing is true. And then I would tell myself to put somebody in a very dangerous position and tell them it was perfectly okay and nothing was going to be wrong with this. And then have it
just stand on the edge of the cliff right there.
Don't worry about it.
It's raining, but
Yeah,
it's
like,
gonna be fine.
You know, like something bad is gonna happen on this vehicle or something, and you just put them on like, and then just take a flight that way. Don't worry, it's for this. And then they're like, and then you're like, well, I don't have to worry about that asshole anymore.
9/11.
I have an amazing.
No, there was that. Michael, you can go second. But there was.
Thank you, John.
There was that great line from the Family Guy when we're gonna fight. Well, okay. Anytime, any place. Well, how about Top of the Twin Towers, September 11th, 2021?
2021?
Yes.
2021.
Wait, last year I missed round 2. Oh no.
Yeah, but you were round 2, so
It was
you guys don't get the answer.
it was
2021.
it's the chicken fight.
No, that's the date you're supposed to remember. Did you forget?
The 2021.
Did you forget September 11, 2021?
I did. I have no idea what happened that day.
Michael,
I'm sorry.
you're not supposed to forget that
I
day.
think I might have had chicken that day. I don't know.
That was like a year ago.
2021?
Yes.
You're right.
You've been saying 2021 this whole time.
That's what I'm thinking.
I added 20 years to that day.
Wow.
I like
No,
how
I remember what happened in 2001.
I like
I don't remember shit about
I like how he's like, that was a year ago. And you're like, that's bullshit. Wait.
He was getting all upset at me for forgetting September 11th, 2021. I'm like, it was pre-morning.
That's less than a year ago.
I don't care. I don't remember what I was doing.
John, like, I thought the joke was going a different way. Like, I'm going to meet you up somewhere to fight that doesn't exist. I'm like, okay.
John just forgot the date.
And they gave you shit.
I added 20.
Yes, you did.
So, moving on from my embarrassment, Michael, say something.
I forgot what the hell I was going to say because whatever you were...
Keep talking.
I'm a little teapot, short
Okay,
head.
no, we go to the next question
Yes.
then. So, Nolan asks, what is the most inappropriate time to say bro code?
Wedding.
Oh.
Anytime.
No, wedding's a good one.
No, during the I do's?
No, during a demolition derby.
Now, that seems to be pretty appropriate.
What's wrong with saying it at a demolition derby?
Think about it.
No. I refuse.
I'm like thinking of at a bachelorette party.
Mm-hmm.
Like you just jump into a bachelorette party, just grab a woman,
Like
and bro code.
what bro code is being required here?
The bro code is
the
bros before hoes.
like the rote bro code.
Yeah, we've covered this. The Michael code is Mike's before Ike's.
Yes. Every time.
The bro code is bros before hoes.
I do like Ike.
Well, I would certainly think it'd probably
Wait,
be
you
a weapon or
like
something.
Ike's?
I don't know. I like Ike, the presidential candidate.
That's one Ike.
This is a single Ike.
But Mike's
Mike's in general.
before Ike's.
Yes.
One Ike before all.
Just
of
that
them.
Ike.
Once you pass it, that's your one grace Ike.
No,
Yes.
not Ike's. Just Ike.
Yeah.
Oh, that very-
Singular. So,
Okay.
bro code, Mike or Kyle.
I would say like a concert. Like if you're going to Deadmau5, if you're going to like something like something really old, like a Daft Punk. Like if you see like that really old 38-year-old Cheetah, you're like bro code, and your friend you look over and you're like yeah, bro code, and then you let him take it because you found somebody else on the other side of the
Cheetah?
Yeah.
Why are you picking up women at demolition derbies?
So
Sorry, not Cheetah, Cougar.
Cougar. Yeah.
Not
Because
Cheetah.
I was thinking, yeah,
My bad.
Cougar. That's
Cougars
an older lady. Cheetah. That's fast.
Cougars,
They run away.
Cougars and cheetahs are very similar. One is
A
more
cheetah is younger and lighter weight.
Yes, it is. Yeah,
And good at
runs
taking
faster.
down gazelles.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Likes their protein.
Yeah.
Yes, gazelle.
They will rip the throat of a herbivore like
Yeah.
that. But yeah, bro code.
What was the question?
Kyle says at a concert. I say at a bachelorette party. When is an inappropriate time for a bro code moment?
Deathbed.
Wait, so you're dying, your wife is on one side and your best friend, and you just turn to your best friend and just froze before. Then you look at your wife.
And you die.
She's like, I still got all your money.
I mean, yeah, exactly. At that point, the wife's just like, you're dead. I get your life insurance.
He's in the will.
oh no!
She gets
Oh, he gets it all.
Oh,
So
that
is
would
the-
be inappropriate in the will.
The will.
The will.
Before hose.
That
will.
is the worst.
Oh my God!
that is
If
rough.
Arnold Schwarzenegger left everything to the guy from Breaking Bad,
Oh, but he's
Jesse
awesome.
Pinkman?
yes, like if he left,
Not
everything
even
to him-
Cranston.
No,
Pinkman.
no Pinkman. But his wife is just at the other side of the deathbed. He's like,
That's
I
the
give you all my money.
I give all money to Tuco.
to Duco. And then he passes away, and his wife's just like, "What the shit? We have children together."
If you had to give money to anyone in Breaking Bad, would it be Hank?
Okay, wait.
It wouldn't be Hank?
Are you talking the actor or the person? Or the actor or the character?
It's hard to distinguish. Like, I can't distinguish the Tuco actor from the Tuco character.
He did good.
Bryan Cranston is Walter White.
Yeah.
Pinkman is Pinkman.
No.
but he's also a Malcolm Middle dad.
No, that's
I would say
still,
that he is, but as a person, like his normal day-to-day personality is not that character.
No.
It is.
It's that from Malcolm in the Middle.
That is what makes that character so good, though. Is that
I think he
That's his personality.
embodies Malcolm Middle dad a lot more than he does
Yeah, Walter White.
other roles.
when he's overacting in certain situations in Breaking Bad, he kind of gets into the Bryan Cranston mode. But otherwise, all the rest, that's what makes it scary, though,
he
because
starts
it's like
as Malcolm in the Middle.
Exactly. He starts as somebody who's very much a suburban dad, and he moves into
the tidy
a
whities-
horrific murderer.
The tidy whities. What?
he plays him pretty well, though.
His simulacrum, I think, is the guy who did Jurassic Park, who was the paleontologist.
What was his name? He's the guy from Jurassic Park. That's just his name.
Yes, but he was also
Jeff
in.
No, the guy from Jurassic Park.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah, the guy, Peaky Blinders guy.
With the hat?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that guy.
He was also
from
in the
Jurassic Park.
one where he did the spaceship that went to hell. Oh, God damn it.
Lamageddon.
No, okay.
I don't think a spaceship goes down.
So would you
Goes
give
in a
him money?
direction.
That's called like a drill.
Yeah, Breaking Bad. Would
I'm
you
too
give him
drunk to
money?
remember the name of the
Why did
movie.
we get so much into Breaking Bad? Actually,
know.
John,
Because it's a great show.
Quite-
And you've got
it is, and
the guy who makes the stew. He cooks in his house.
well, and the guy that
Gus.
the guy that plays
Gustavo
Gus, Gus actually
guy.
plays a character in The Boys, which I've been watching.
He also played the Magic Mirror in Once Upon a Time.
He is an amazing villain. He is so good at being a villain. But anyways, what is your bro code?
I don't know. Chuck E. Cheese.
No.
Wait,
So,
what?
Chuck E.
You
Cheese.
can't use it in Chuck E. Or you don't use it in Chuck E.
It
Cheese.
depends on what case you're using Chuck E. Cheese.
Wait, for the cheese pizza or for the games?
Just like
For going.
No, I'm just
hanging out with the
imagining.
mouse.
I'm just imagining a team
Like-
3 9-year-olds, and just one of them just looks at the guy, looks at the girl, goes before her hose, and just shoots the 9-year-old girl in the chest.
no, I'm just
Are you
imagining.
going back to Breaking Bad?
No, the question
little
is
bit.
bros for hose.
Yes, and I feel like
we're putting it in a Chuck E. Cheese setting.
you just be like partying with the mouse, and your wife shows up and be like, "You can't be in here," and then you fist bump the mouse because the mouse is cool.
Wait, mouse before hose?
Yes.
Okay, well, we'll end that one here.
Yeah.
But no, and we'll do time for one more, and this should probably be a short one. Jurassic asks, which Star Wars ship would you want to pilot?
Star Wars ship.
And if that's like any ship, I'm on like Death Star.
Millennium Falcon.
I'm definitely gonna pilot.
I'm taking the Death Star.
Yeah, we're taking the Death Star.
Millennium
Co-pilot.
Falcon is probably the go-to, but I really want a Y-wing.
I think some of those ones would be a little more interesting because a lot of the other ones, like the one thing with the Death Star is like you can go blow people up, but you don't
No,
really get
you
to
can blow
see what you're
planets
doing.
up.
Well, yeah, but there's people on there.
Yeah, but you can't see the people.
It's
You need
it's
to see
if you're connected with the Force.
The Y-wing is a bomber.
Yeah, but
you can see the people, and you can see the fire as the buildings you're engulfing in flames.
Yeah, well,
you can see the people running around while they're on fire.
so I have a similar reason why maybe not the Death Star, but in the opposite, where you want to see the death in people's eyes, which is very John.
No, you need a knife for that.
No, it's more of when you have like an X-wing or something.
Yeah.
When you're flying that, you get to feel that. I mean, maybe not in space, but in a lot of the other places, you get to feel like that closeness with everything. But the bigger you get, the less of that you get.
So
Yeah, but in X-wing, you probably get more of that feeling in TIE Fighter.
Yeah, but TIE fighters, if I remember right, are like almost have to be inhuman to fly those things.
Well, what if it's like the Darth Vader TIE Fighter with like the points?
Well,
Yeah,
but I don't know why he got the special one. If it's so much better, why don't they just,
Because he is special.
but why don't
Yeah.
they just make a lot of those?
Because he is special.
yeah, he's special. This costs more.
But
TIE
they
fighters
make
don't have
billions
shielding.
of them.
He is special.
He is
TIE
special.
fighters don't have shields, but they're disposable aircraft.
Well, they're
so-
disposable aircraft, disposable people, so they don't
Yeah.
have as much protection.
Yeah.
So
they're
if
just
we're
weapons.
just going with non Death Star sized things, you got TIE Fighter, you've got X-wing, Y-wing, Z-wing,
I know which one I want. Who asked that question?
Land Speeder.
Jurassic.
Jurassic. I want to pilot the USS Enterprise.
That's
Nope, that's
That's
it.
not an
That's the one I
the
want.
wrong one.
Nope, that's it. I
Like-
want that one.
You got Darth Vader choking
I-
out Picard.
I wouldn't want to pilot anything. I would want to be on the ship with Admiral Akbar because I
don't wanna-
He blows up.
trust
You
him.
don't want a pod race?
Nope, I trust Admiral Akbar implicitly into victory.
But he blows up.
No, he knows a trap.
It's
when
for
he
the
sees
good of the
it.
cause.
I actually driving an AT-AT to Taco Bell.
Yes.
They just walk that thing up and
That's
they'd be
a
like,
long
I would
distance
like
to
a
wait.
Taco
How do you
Supreme.
get to the microphone?
You put a drop.
Yeah, you got like a
No,
really-
AT-ATs do not like wires around their legs.
I'm pretty sure they have like
The
microphones.
microphone just a rapid.
Just
They got a microphone in the foot. The microphone in the foot, and it's got one of those those air things from like a bank.
So AT-AT or like the sand people, like the crawler.
I feel like an AT-AT would get
AT-AT.
No, that the sand people crawl. That was the sand people that had the crawler.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
you would control
Wait,
it.
do you mean?
No, but that wasn't sand people. That was the Oompa Loompas or whatever. The sand Oompa Loompas. Yeah, that thing.
I feel like not the AT-AT.
I don't know what they're called. They're little. Oompa
I'm
Loompas.
going to refuse to tell you the name of them.
Yeah,
While
I
you
know.
Figure it out.
You know what? I don't want you to because I prefer that name now.
The UNTDs?
Banta or no?
No.
No.
God in heaven, you people.
The little sand Oompa
No,
Loompas.
you kill one and they come back in greater numbers.
The sand Oompa Loompas, yes.
Yes. Oompa, Oompa, Oompa.
This seems to be fantasy racist again.
Yes.
Okay. But
Michael's
I just wanted to say that AT-ATs, I think, would get destroyed by low power lines.
Yes,
True,
like,
they would.
They're horribly
the
designed.
Iron Giant got
no.
destroyed by power lines.
Those legs were fine until they got wrapped fully around and then locked into it. Like, I think a power line's just going to fall to the ground in front of it.
Maybe, or it's gonna.
But also,
tangled
I
up
will
in
say
it.
the AT-AT, horrible design.
Yeah.
Just get wheels. I don't get it. Or fly. You can fly. Why are you even on the ground at all?
It's because it was cool.
It was because, budget or something.
Well,
No, not budget. Darth Vader thought it was cool.
well, you then look
I
at
like
Godzilla, and then with
like legs.
with a thundering crash and a terrible sound, he tears those high tension power lines down.
I love Blue Oyster Cult.
Just oh no! There goes Tokyo. Go Godzilla.
Come on.
All right. Well, with that, though, that is all the questions that we had. So thank you guys for that. So we had a lot of drinks. Kyle even made a tower out of his bottles here.
It's just not a tower.
no, I
It
think
could
it's
be a tower.
I'm thinking that he has a lot of comments once he gets to his turn here. But so, John, what did you bring?
Let me
Waiting for that.
get the tower 3 tall. I brought barley wine.
Yes. So that was this one here from Summit Brewing Union Series, Old Blackguard.
A blackguard.
Blackguard.
Yep.
Blackbird.
It was pretty good.
Lots of unique flavors in that.
High ABV.
And you brought 2 other beers downstairs too.
Yeah.
I had one of them.
I brought basically lemonade, and basically no one tried it, so it doesn't matter.
I drank it.
Wait,
I
you
haven't tried
tried
it
the
yet.
other one?
Yeah, I drank the other lemonade one.
No, the lemonade you tried, the everything everywhere.
Oh, no, I didn't try that one. You did bring another one. But the lemon beer was very good.
Yes.
But then, Kyle, what did you bring?
Oh, I just bought some more sociables as well as a French beer. That's definitely not French.
That's
Downstairs.
Canadian.
It's Canadian. It's downstairs.
It's French Canadian because it's from Quebec.
Okay.
Good.
I didn't actually get anything today at the time, but
You brought chicken.
I brought
needed
some
a
chicken for some food. We all brought a little bit of food. Otherwise, I drank something that John brought, something that you Michael brought, and then something that John brought again.
You bounced.
Yeah. So, but Michael? What did you bring?
I'm pretty sure I brought the Grim Reaper's cotton candy and pie in a can.
Okay, so the pie in the can, really good.
Yeah, it was.
Kyle, what did you think about the cotton candy one? So this is a drastic measures brewing pastry sour
Overlord.
with tangerine and marshmallow fluff that is brewed with fruit punch Kool-Aid.
I'm not going to lie. It tasted like summer.
It's got so much sugar.
But it just tasted like the smell of it alone smelled like Go-Gurt.
Well, it's Go-Gurt, but it's also mixed with like almost a memory of not the actual thing, but a memory of Capri Sun and Kool-Aid.
Yeah, which was like pure sugar.
Yeah,
That's summer.
And it fit so well that I drank every last drop of it. It was.
It was. I mean, it would probably be good, but holy crap, is that just like Kool-Aid?
Yeah.
No, it was pretty tasty. I had a can.
It was very, very good.
I think each of us had a can, which means there are no
I did
cans left.
Well,
I did not.
He did not. Somebody had 2 cans.
No, there's probably one brought up.
Oh, you'll have to drink it when we go downstairs.
But anyway, but otherwise, that is everything for today. So thanks for hanging out. We'll be back in a couple of weeks. Michael,
Zim
What
Zam
is the
Zim
last
Zim.
word from the wind?
he just gave it.
said it!
And then you went over.
No, Michael, you have to say the whiz now.
The Wiz.
That's not the word though. What is your word?
Zim Zam Zaboozle.